Okay? Now, what's another benefit? Another benefit is estate planning. Trust allows individuals to specify how their assets can be distributed. This can avoid probates, long-drawn probates. It can also then specify where we want to put our assets in future. One of the other benefits of estate planning is that trust is perpetual. It has an infinite life. It can surpass us even upon one's death. So you can set your family up for future. What's key is the ability for flexibility and customization. You can choose and customize the trust to each one's own needs. Look, I have an 8-year-old daughter today, okay? If God forbid something happened to me, how would my daughter live? I would set up a trust. Now, for the next 10 years, I would have my daughter's education being provided for by the trust with additional funds available for her for miscellaneous expense of daily living. By the time she's 18, we believe our children are going to go to university, so we'll provide for the university expenses and education that comes with it. Then maybe by the time she's 24, I'm not the type of parent to leave my kid with an open trust fund that thinks she's going to go wild when she's 24, so I'm going to obviously limit this and put a small amount of money there that she's able to sustain herself, because I want her to go work, learn the value of money, learn what real life is about, and then maybe by the time she's 30, 35, who knows, and then decide, okay, I'm going to customize it here. And what I'm saying is, it's not just about customizing now, but one can customize for what they see in the future, for their family and for their protection. Now we're going to ask the last question. Why is Hong Kong a favorable jurisdiction? Hong Kong has a favorable law system. It's common law. It's easy understandable. It's well versed by a lot of individuals. It also has a robust financial system. Okay? We have the financial infrastructure in place. We also have a very favorable tax regime. And that, again, is not overly complicated compared to such tax regimes as the US. Another benefit of Hong Kong is that Hong Kong has free movement of capital. Capital can be moved in and out of Hong Kong without a lot of difficulty. I mean, we look at countries such as Thailand, or we look at countries such as India. They have restrictions on capital movement. You have to go through a lot of compliance, bureaucratic red tape, all of the above, just to get your money out. And that comes with its own challenges. So let me move on to my next point. What does it mean when we talk about moving to a digital trust in a new era? Now, what does a digital trust mean? What I have just mentioned is what trust used to be. In an ever-evolving financial landscape, it's vital to understand how traditional trusts have evolved to accommodate the needs of modern wealthy. The intricacies of traditional trusts, as well as having features linking the traditional world with that of the digital world. So let's look at what type of features we're talking about. We're talking about the convenience. Trust companies provide a digital platform for accessing trust services, allowing clients to manage their trust accounts and perform transactions remotely at any time. This leads to the ability of accessibility. One can access their trust through their platform at any time without any geographical restraints. You look at the old trust services being offered, in which you would need to go to your trustee companies, you need to go with your solicitors, you need to have your in-person meetings to dictate how transactions are going to be done. In today's world, we are moving that and allowing our platform to have it inbuilt. And that way, I say, it has efficient communication. Digital platforms facilitate efficient communication between clients and the trust professionals. Clients can receive timely updates, access documents, ask questions, and communicate their needs electronically, enhancing responsiveness and reducing communication barriers. Most importantly is we're going to look at transparency. Digital platforms offered by trust companies often provide real-time access to account information, statements, transaction history, and other important documents. I'd like to just take a pause right here and direct you to that screen at the back. Now, that's an example of a trust platform. You guys don't need to look at it now. During the break, you can go have a look at your own time, and you can see what I'm talking about when I mean a trust platform, a digital platform. Again, I go back to the flexibility that this provides. Services can be tailor-made for each individual needs, and not just with your trustee, but it can be done remotely. One of the biggest concerns we have in today's day and age is security. Reputable trust companies prioritize robust security measures to protect clients' data and financial information. We have encryption protocols, third-party authentication, advanced cybersecurity practices that all serve to protect and safeguard our information from unauthorized breaches and access. So essentially, a trust company can serve as an alternate banking solution. I'd like to highlight the key benefits is that digital trusts have in connection to the Web3 world as it serves as an alternate banking solutions. Trusts have the ability to hold virtual assets and monitor them in real time on a live platform. They provide comprehensive custody solutions through our affiliates that are licensed in their respective jurisdictions. With the advent of digital trusts, contemporary trust clients are empowered to enjoy a comprehensive suite of financial services, liberating them from the confines of the traditional banking system. So, what are some of the attributes that come with a digital trust platform? We have the ability to have asset-linked credit cards. Trust clients are able to benefit from credit cards that are linked to their assets. And the credit limit can be dictated by the amount of collateral that it's backed behind in the trust. For me, I have a credit card. I go back to the example of my daughter. She goes to university. I can set her having a credit card for up to, call it, $2,000, $3,000 limit to handle a miscellaneous expense. Again, do I need to worry that this will be abused? No. Do I need to worry that the bills won't be paid? No, because it can all be done directly and automatically through the trust. Another example is the ability to do global bill payments. Assume now I moved to London. I went for a one-year secondment to London. Do I need to now set up all my banking facilities and my banking arms there and go through that whole process? I don't think I would. I could live through this trust and have the trust now pay for my bills, pay my electricity, pay my whatever fees that needed to be paid, my rental. All of that can be paid for directly through the trust. Now, as professional people here in this room, we all conduct our own investments. Through the platform, we are able now to conduct these investments within the ecosystem of the trust. So you don't have to go to any other third parties. We can run it within the trust. A modern digital trust supports injection of all asset classes, ranging from fiat currency, digital currency, alternate investments, commodity, your house, your car, your artwork. In summary, I'd like to draw everyone's attention. There is a big misconception that trust companies are old-fashioned and only for the rich. We have been in the financial service industry for 25 years. We've learned from our past mistakes. We've learned from our experience. We've learned from our market. More importantly, we've learned from our customers. We have identified trust companies as a powerful vehicle that can be adopted by individuals and businesses alike. There is less bureaucratic red tape and hindrance in operating them compared with that of holding traditional banking solutions. As outlined earlier, there's abundance of benefits in operating within the ecosystem of a trust company, especially that's operating in the modern digital age. Now, I will conclude here for this segment, but I'm happy to take questions after our panel interview, and I'll be on the floor for anyone who has any further questions. Sarika, would you like to come back and take the stage?
Thank you so much, Mr. Harilela. Thank you. I would like to ask you to take your seat for now because we'll prepare the stage for our next panel discussion session. 好多謝咧頭先Mr. Kavi Harilela 咧嘅分享啊嚇。咁其實啱啱咧，正如佢所講咧，嚟到數碼嘅年代，我哋嘅金融工具咧都要一齊升級嘅喎。咁所以咧呢一個時候，一個 digital trust 咧唔單止可以保護到傳統嘅資產啦，更加可以咧同時保護到咧數字嘅資產嘅喎，就好似啦我哋嘅有一句成語咁講啦，生生不息嘅，咁令各位咧就可以咧保持財富盛存，同時咧亦都可以掌握咧投資嘅機會嘅。So as Mr. Harilela just mentioned, it is a convenient tool to connect traditional finance with the Web3 world and better, without the bureaucratic delay you may find in other institutions.